As artists, we have a lot of feelings. Those feelings drive us to make our creations, but that doesn't mean that feeling has to sustain the project. The feeling is what got us there. Then it's our discipline, it's our routine of continuously showing up to work on our craft that will help bring that project to completion. We can't expect that feeling to last the whole time. I think part of the gift of being a creative is being open to those sparks of inspiration, those feelings that we catch an idea that we feel like, where did this come from? I need to run with it. That's so special. But on the other hand, we have to create a practice that will help us know what to do with those ideas when we get them. Just like any athlete, just like any academic scholar, you have to put in the work every day to build the skills, to build the muscle of doing the thing over and over and over again. For artists, we have to create our own practice, our own routine. How do we enter into that flow state? How do we create an environment where we can easily access our supplies and our tools? What are these small, sustainable practices that we can rely on day in and day out? Whether we have the inspiration or we don't have the inspiration, we're still working. We're still being open and showing the source of all these ideas that we are open. We are ready. We are a vessel waiting for the ideas to come. And when they come, we are able to immediately pour them out. And not only pour them out, we are able to continue and build on them and bring them to completion. Most book ideas start from this little spark. You have this little scene that jumps into your head, or this character or this dialogue, and it just lives in your brain until you finally get it out onto the paper. But then over time, they call that messy middle. You're trudging along. You're trying to finish this book that started from this deep feeling of, I have to write this book. And then suddenly you're writing the book and you're like, I have to keep writing the book. No book would be finished if someone was just relying on that initial feeling, on that initial spark to carry them through. They have to put in the practice. They have to sit down, bum in chair every day. And I know it's not romantic. It's not this idea we have of this free-flowing thoughts and this artist who just creates so effortlessly, and it's just like this beautiful flowing thing. No, there are moments like that. I mean, that is what is the beauty of being an artist. You create when the feelings aren't there. You create when the ideas aren't flowing, and the ideas will start to flow because you are telling the world that you are a safe place to land, that you are open and you are ready to receive those sparks of genius. And if you're not ready when inspiration does strike, those ideas are going to move on to someone else. And don't just take my word for it. In both Rick Rubin's book, The Creative Act, and Elizabeth Gilbert's book, Big Magic, they both talk about this concept that ideas are going to find their home. If you are not ready to make that idea into reality, to bring that idea to life, it's going to find someone else to do that. How many times have you gotten on your phone and you're scrolling and you see someone doing the exact thing that you have thought about doing? The specific thing that you wanted to do, that book that you wanted to write, they wrote that book. That painting that you were thinking about painting, they did that. That short film that you wanted to make, they made that short film. That idea you had for a podcast, oh, guess what? Someone else did it. And I'm not saying this to try to make you jealous or have bad feelings toward those other people. I'm just trying to say these things are going to happen whether you decide to do them or not. So it's your choice if you want to watch everyone else doing the thing that you're dreaming about doing, or if you're going to actually get up and do the thing. If you're not going to do it, someone else is going to do it. Probably someone less qualified than you is going to do it. They had the gumption to do the thing instead of waiting around to do the thing. If you don't, someone else will. If you don't, someone else will do the thing. I want to see the thing done by you. I want to see that art from you, not from that person, not from that other person, not from that person over there who could not even think about it in the same way that you do. I want to see it done by you. I don't even know where I was going with that, but so if you don't, someone else will do it. So get on that. It's okay to try something new. It's okay to let go of a stale project. It's okay to say goodbye to certain goals. I know it's hard. I know when we've carried certain things for a really long time, it can feel very disappointing and it can feel like a failure when we let go of those things. But not everything has to be brought to completion. It's okay to grieve that, but it's also okay to try something else. Don't let that hold you back from creating other things because you're stuck on this idea or this medium that you felt like you had to do. Invested so much money in it, or you spent so much time learning about it. You made a huge deal about it to everyone that you were going to do that thing. At the end of the day, you are the one who's going to be carrying that project. You are going to be the one that's pouring all the time and energy and emotion into that thing. So let it be something that's worth it. Let it be something that is aligned with what you truly want. And you never know. Letting go of that old project and going after the thing that's calling to you that you can't stop thinking about might actually be what leads you back to that thing in the first place. But that's not your job. Your job isn't to predict the future, to know that this is going to happen and then this is going to happen and then this is going to happen. Your job is just to do the thing that is right in front of you. This dream that you have, this thing that won't let you go, it's there for a reason. Not everyone wants to do that thing. Not everyone feels pulled to do that thing. I know it can feel like that because we are very self-centered, and when we have something going on in our lives, we just assume that everyone else is going through the same thing. But that's just not the case. It doesn't mean other people are wanting to do that too. It means you are meant to do that, and you are the one to do that thing. And just in case you weren't fired up by all the rest of the things I've said, it must be said that you are not too late. Even if you've been holding on to this for months, for years, it does not mean that that is lost time. If anything, you being the age that you are is probably going to work in your favor versus doing that thing back when you first had the idea, because you simply were not ready to do that thing. You were supposed to go through other things and you were supposed to deal with other stuff so that you could grow and become a different person in the right timing that you have to do the thing. Everyone thinks they're too late to whatever they're trying to do, but it's never too late because the world is still moving on and evolving and changing, and there's always going to be room for those new works, fresh works, your point of view. We haven't had you doing this thing, and that's what we need, is you to do it. So no, it's not too late. It's not too late to write your book. It's not too late to start your podcast. It's not too late to start learning a completely new medium that you never even dreamed that you could do. Your time is now. What are you waiting for? We went through don't rely on your feelings, create a habit. If you don't, someone else will. It's okay to try something new. It calls to you for a reason, and it's not too late. All right. I cannot wait to see what you do. I believe in you. You have everything within you to bring to life these dreams and these ideas that you have. So go out and do them. I cannot wait to see what you do. Leave me a comment down below. Tell me what you're working on. I cannot wait to hear from you, and watch this video if you want to have even more inspiration. I'm so excited about building this community. So join me, and thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Mwah.